to Geekology. I'm David Sevilla.
And I'm Sven Harley.
And today we're discussing the Star Trek, the official Starships collection. See? No having to edit me trying to say it in little bits. I'm getting there. It's only taken us 2 seasons to actually get to that stage. Series. Okay, series. It's all the same. Right, now we're on issue 26 and 27.
Yep.
Notice I did not say episode this time. We had to edit one of these a lot because I kept saying episode. I remembered this time. Now, for those of you who haven't watched one of our review videos of the Eaglemoss collection before, the reason we do them is because A, we review things that we love. We both decided to subscribe at the same time when they came out in the UK. Now we appreciate that places like Australia, Germany, Canada,
America,
most of America and Japan all got these at completely different times. So we've continued reviewing them because people asked us to, which was really nice on behalf of our viewers, so thank you very much. So right, should we just jump straight in with issue 26, which was the Tholian?
Yeah.
Now I've opened mine because I have the discipline and willpower of a small child. Svenny's very good and he actually waits to do his on screen.
Having, bearing in mind I do have small children and therefore I have to have the patience of a saint.
Yes, there is that. Right, now I know that they announced quite some time ago that it was going to be the Enterprise Tholian.
Yeah.
Which I've got to say I'm a little disappointed about because I really wanted the original series.
Hey, you never know with how popular this now seems to be worldwide. I
might get it.
I think we might be going past the 70 ships.
But I've got to be honest. I know why they didn't want to do the original version because unlike the Enterprise version's got lots of detailing on the shape and the moulding and all the colours.
Yeah.
Where the original series had the shape, but then it was painted differently.
Yeah.
It didn't actually have detail as
No,
such.
it was essentially white with coloured lights on it.
Yeah, it worked.
So yeah, which means that to make that as a model is going to be interesting because I'll just have to have an iridescent,
just really
colour
good paint job.
No,
they could have. They totally could have done it.
Yeah.
So first of all, first thing that really struck my attention with this particular one is the fact that they use the yellow plastic for the drive system. They've continued with the blue plastic for.
That's really nice.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
There's a strange amount of detail on this. There's lots of highlights. There's weathering. There's a bit of wash in there as well. I think is that wash?
There's a
Looks
there's
like
been a wash applied to it. So there's a lot. There's quite a lot gone into this.
I mean, this is beautifully detailed. Yes, we can see the mould points between the metal and the plastic. Yes, you can see the mould points from where they've attached the housing assembly. I don't feel that they're particularly negative for this model.
No, because it's made up of plates anyway. So
it works. It really does work.
There's nothing that makes me go, that doesn't look right.
No. I will admit that although it does go on the docking station exactly how they say, it is tricky to get it.
It makes me wonder whether some of the paint's going to come off. And talking about that, actually, some people who've received theirs have found their nose as missing bits of paint and other areas are missing bits of paint.
The plastic part.
Yeah.
We should also say that Division of Labour within Geekology, Sven does the monitoring of the boards and chat things.
It's mainly Facebook these days, let's face it.
You know what? But it's really nice. Some of our viewers do actually contact me on Facebook, and I say, that's fantastic, thank you very much, but I don't. Facebook's just not my thing. I have an account. I just reply to messages on it, and that's it. I don't surf around there, which is a shame because a lot of big multi-platforms are releasing a lot of information on there. It's just, there are only so many hours in the day and I've got dogs. They need walking. So. Right, should we skip to the magazine? Because that is something we've had criticism in the past, is that you never get criticism, it's not fair, that I gloss over the magazine.
I'm not saying.
Yes, I know you're not. Well, in all honesty, the reason that I never really bothered with the magazines that much is because
You were after the ships.
I wanted the ships.
And to be fair, when we first started off, we were having magazines full of reprints of stuff we already knew.
But now we're getting into really good stuff and stuff that we don't.
Yeah,
so should we just go cover to cover?
Yes.
So we got how to dock the ship.
Yeah.
Basic content information. Then we've got some information on the actual ship itself.
Yeah.
Then we skip back to the episode that it was primarily seen on Enterprise and some CGE, that's not a word, CGI on the other hand is artwork. Then we have the standard plate that's got the deck by deck information, although there isn't really deck by deck, it just tells you what things are. Then we go to artwork, and surprisingly they've got a couple of photos of some early model work, which is nice because it's always good to actually see what they're thinking of doing. Then more about how it was used in the episodes. See about what I meant with the lighting. They could have. It could have been done, but it would have been
if they get there. It'd be interesting to see how they do it.
Now this is an interesting point. This is the Enterprise version of the Tholian.
Yeah.
Where here we've got how it appeared in the original series. Now, vast difference between the two because they were done in completely different times. This one is a CGI model, where this was film and special effects.
But at the end of the day, the head is the head.
Yeah, the head is
close.
the head.
It's close.
But
it's fine. But
I love that episode of Enterprise because it was just wonderful to see it and see how they'd done it, and it was really good as well to see the dark version of Phlox torturing it. It was just it was great. Okay, so then we skip forward again, more how it was used in the episode and a bit more information there, and then what we are expecting in the next issue. So
which is shockingly here.
The magazine, the content was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it when they show us prints and artwork and stuff that we haven't seen before.
At the end of the day, because it's from Enterprise, again, you've got stuff we've not seen.
Yeah.
So there hasn't been much in the way of publication, because even when Enterprise was on the air, things were starting to wind down.
It was thin on the ground. Right then, let's do issue 27. Now,
A Bird of Prey.
again, now I like the Romulans, so I was very enthusiastic when I heard they were going to do it, even though they were doing the one that I'm not a big fan of, i.e. it being an Enterprise.
But we have got the classic Trek one is down on the schedule.
Yes, it is down on the schedule. Now my model has got more moulding points errors than I particularly like around the nacelles, but I think that's probably just the case of it being quite tricky to get them off. Green plastic for the engines, which is nice.
Quite.
You know, it's a good shade. It matches in very well. It's kind of weird because if you look at the top and the bottom, they've done it in gloss and matte to make certain panels show out, and
which
they put
fits with what it looked like on the show quite nicely.
and they've done little windows in paint around the top.
Yeah.
Because basically they've got to pick the panels out on the ship. There's not that much they could really do with the paint on this, to be fair, and I think it was quite clever to do it, rather than do it in two completely different shades of green, which is
to gloss and matte,
to do a slightly darker gloss.
And a lighter.
Yeah, it really works. I quite like the paint job on this.
Yeah. It's not hugely detailed, And it's a shame they didn't go with the actual Bird of Prey.
Well, you see, there you go. I mean, you're
on the
saying
bottom.
it's not detailed, but
Kind
all
of
the
is.
panels, it's
Yeah.
one of those. It doesn't look it from here, but when you
When you're
actually
looking-
start
yeah.
looking at it, it is.
Especially when you're reflecting the light off it.
Yeah, I think they've done a spectacular job on this. I think it's a tricky model.
Yeah.
It's got a nice weight to it.
Yeah.
As I say, I'm not too fond of the moulding points for the nacelles, but I'm happy with this. I'm going to give, and the docking is beautiful for it. You want me to get to the magazine before I give my score?
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
go on then, fine. Guess what?
Because this is where you find out that one of the reasons you're maybe a little bit disappointed with it is it's a Bird of Prey without a Bird of Prey painted on it.
Yeah,
But
but
that's because they
Enterprise
didn't-
did that.
Well, yes, they didn't have them on, but it looks like when
And
you're
they've
looking
got-
through here, you've got all the usual.
Yeah, they've got all the information. They've got a really nice spread out where they actually show slightly more detail on the CGI version of the model than they put into the actual model itself. But you know, size and all the rest of it, you would not have got little yellow windows just down there. It would have been an easy paint job. They've got where they had looked at possibly painting a Bird of Prey on the bottom.
Yeah.
I was very specific with the Bird of Prey there because he always corrects me when I call it a Romulan warbird because it's not a warbird, it's a Bird of Prey. Yeah, it's you know, it's what you expect from the magazine.
Yeah.
You know,
Again, you've got plenty of stuff we've not seen before.
Yeah.
Including the original artwork for the Enterprise version of the Bird of Prey. So there we have it. Literally, that's what it could have looked like at one stage.
Yeah. Which I would have
Bird
been,
on it.
I would have been happy with the child's
Really
painting
wouldn't it?
version.
Yeah.
It does look like a kid just
It does look
slapped
a
it on.
bit, but you know, at the end of the day, that's not what it looked like in the episode, so that's not what it looks like on the model, so fair enough. Then we've got some bits about original series Romulans and even some next gen Romulans turning up.
Yeah. Now, you told me that there's been some debate on the forums over these.
There's been quite a lot of people who are mentioning that they felt a little underwhelmed with the shipment of 2 ships. And a few people seem to have actually finished their subscription at this point. Now,
What, because of these 2 models have gone, that's it, we'll collect it.
well, I think it's more a case of a lot of people who have been going are a bit on the fence on whether they wanted to continue or not, and this has acted like the final straw to break the camel's back in a way.
Because they were both Enterprise models?
I think it's partially that, and then both alien models, not Federation starships.
Oh, you think they'd be better off if they'd have kept the staggered one ship one?
Yeah, I think it's literally a case of, I think there are quite a lot of collectors who are just after the Federation starships and didn't mind so much when they £20 went out of their account and they got a Federation starship they really liked, and they
Something else they
ships that they were
towards
okay.
that.
That's actually quite a nice model, but it's not something I would have bought kind of situation.
Yeah.
But it's culminated with this particular shipment with 2 alien races which tend not to be people's favourite alien races, let's be honest.
Okay, you know what, I've never been at a convention and heard people go, yay, Tholians, but Romulans?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
But-
okay, he does go Klingon Romulan, although I never...
Wait,
I like them.
if that had been a Vulcan ship, that wouldn't have been a problem.
See, I didn't like the Vulcan ship in Enterprise.
But
Big spinny...
there's your other problem as we go back to it being Enterprise.
Yeah, but you didn't see a lot of Vulcan ships.
And the thing is they're both from Enterprise,
Yeah,
as well as they're both
okay.
being alien. So, if anything, and I'm not having a go at Enterprise here, but when you look at the sales figures and you look at people's reactions to the shows, Enterprise is probably the least favourite of the shows. except probably the animated series.
Do you know how many fans still don't know that exists?
I know, but I think this is a case of it's
poor combination and timing.
Poor timing to have two Enterprise models that aren't Starships, that aren't Federation Starships together. And this is basically people have just gone, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this or the TV show they're from. And I'm not sure I want to continue with
On the other hand, Eaglemoss is a big company. They've produced many collector's models. I'm sure somebody on their team would have gone, if they thought it was going to be a bad combination, would have gone, you know what guys, maybe we reshuffle the schedule a bit.
I think it might be, I don't know if this may happen. I've got a feeling that they may, because some of the schedules in other countries are actually different from ours as well. The orders getting different. Japan's definitely different.
Very specialised market, Japan. Though. They're getting different. They're getting different gifts as well.
Yeah,
their ships.
But what I'm wondering is maybe having two Enterprise ships together is a bad idea. I'm also wondering if having little clumps of ships is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because we've got, the original series stuff is kind of boxed together, isn't it?
It's issue 50 onwards, isn't it?
Yeah, and maybe a little bit more spreading out. Now, I'm not saying we needed the Enterprise earlier, but maybe the Klingon battle cruiser from original series should have come along a little earlier. Maybe instead of the Katinga class, we'll put the Katinga class in the 50s.
Yeah, but the trouble is, if they'd have put that one in the 50s, you're suddenly going to end up with more obscure ships down the bottom end of the line, and you're more likely to lose people going, they're just sending out these weird ships towards the end that we haven't seen.
It's very difficult to balance, I feel.
It would be tricky regardless.
But I think one thing they really do need to avoid is having two vessels from the same TV show in future, especially if they're both alien ones. Because I've got a feeling there's a big chunk of people who are after just the Federation Starships.
Yeah.
And a big chunk of people who are fans of one of the shows, maybe two of them, but don't want everything from all 5 shows.
But then they're people that were less likely to have subscribed in the first place, and they're just going to be the people who cherry pick. Because there are fans out there that
this
just
is the one thing I think is happening with people who are stopping subscribing at this point, are maybe are just going to pick up the Federation Starships going forward, or the ships that they like. And maybe this just was a shame, maybe a little bit. Because I've got a feeling if this had been the Tholian and the Marquee fighter, it wouldn't have been quite so bad. And then we had the Bird of Prey.
Are we going to count the Marquee fighter as a Federation Starship though? It's not Federation.
Kind of is.
Kind of isn't.
Kind of is.
Kind of isn't.
Because they were originally Federation
kind
ships.
Of is, no. Kind of is not. There's no argument there. It's it's Federation technology.
It's Federation technology. It's the Federation.
It may be Federation designs. Might be
by
used
the Marquee
by Federation officers. Which is not Federation. No. Did you remember the rumours that were going around? Oh, there's a secret police force within the Federation. They're called the Marquee. No, they're not.
No,
I'm really glad they.
That's Section 31.
Yeah, I know.
Which is bad enough as it
is. I can't believe they actually went with the whole Section 31 thing. It just freaks me out. But it made for some very interesting books. It really did.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's treat this on 2 levels then. Let's go for. As a subscriber, are you still happy with your subscription?
Yes, because the thing is that I do really like the Federation Starships from this. I don't have a problem with the other ships, because otherwise,
what's the point?
Just a fleet of Federation ships would be like a bit boring.
I mean, you could buy the tactics ones if you were that bold.
Yeah, exactly. And at the end of the day, these two never would have released these two as models in any other way, shape, or form. I mean, we have seen the original series Tholian vessel in the model kit, but for Enterprise, you would not have seen.
You'd have not seen this.
No, and you'd probably never have seen that. You'd always see the original series Bird of Prey. You'd always see a Warbird. You'd always see the Valdor.
But you would not have seen. Okay.
No.
Okay, now let's pretend that you were a cherry picker. Would you have picked these as well?
I'd have picked that one.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
Having seen this one, I've got a feeling I might have picked it up for completion reasons only.
Okay.
If I was just buying the individual ships, this might have been one I came along to later on when I was getting a bit bored. It's not one I would have jumped on.
Okay. Well, as a subscriber, I'm still very happy with. Ooh! Boom! I'm still very happy with my subscription.
I mean, this is the thing, is before this turned up, I wasn't bothered about this.
Yeah, but it is really nice ones.
So
They've done a really good job. So,
I've got a feeling it would have taken me seeing a review of it to
make
get
you
it.
buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. As for the Romulan, you know what? Yeah. If I was cherry picking, that would have stood out straight away.
You like Romulans though, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You're a
like
Romulan fan,
Romulans.
so that makes sense.
But no, that isn't why I'd have picked it. I'd have picked it from a model point of view because I really like the paintwork.
Yeah. And the other thing is it is an evolution.
Yeah.
Which is weird, of the original series one.
Just.
I'm not quite sure it's a backwards evolution like it should be. It looks
devolution. It's a devolution.
It doesn't look like a devolution. It actually looks like it's got powered up and is going to kick more ass. But yeah. But
that's what happens when you record series.
Yeah. And I also find it a bit strange. It has warp nacelles when it can't go to warp.
Me.
Especially when it's got impulse engines at the back.
Again with the meh. Well, I think that about wraps it up for us. There is, of course, our live event, which is in April.
Yeah,
first contact day.
Well, first contact weekend.
Well, yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Is there anything else we need to tell the boys and girls about that you haven't put on the links down below?
No, I don't think so. There is, of course, if this is the first one of these you've seen, and there's a nice playlist of everything else we've done about the official Starships collection. And do please feel free to contact us either in comments below or whichever way you want to, or we're on Facebook or we're on Twitter.
He's on Facebook.
I do all the real work.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I edit. I do Facebook. I do Twitter. He sits
Can
there.
you put in a little violinist at this stage?
And he sits there and gets all the abuse.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Well, yeah. Thank you and good night.
Bye.